Hey you guys, welcome back to my video today. So we are doing a playlist today with a lot of crafters, so you can check that down in my description box today. But today's all about Craft Your Stash. I host this every last Friday of the month at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you're ever interested in joining us in this playlist, let me know and I can get you added to that chat. But my co-host today is Sun's Art. She's absolutely amazing, and we will talk more about the playlist here in the next, the next slides and stuff. But also, I would like to tell you guys today we are also doing a giveaway. It's going to be a $50 Amazon card, and we will talk also more about that later on in this video and how you can enter to win that gift card. So that's amazing, right? So in my video today, I'm doing a little bit of more mixed media kind of steampunk pumpkin, and then I did like a little mixed media pumpkin. And of course, I don't really do Halloween, so I'm going to bring you some faith-based spooky DIY crafts today for you guys, and I hope you are going to leave here with lots of inspiration. All right, we'll see y'all on the next one. Hey y'all, we are back for another Craft Your Stash Pumpkins collaboration, and this is an open playlist that I host every last Friday of the month, and we air at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So this is Sons are my guest host today, and this is her channel. If you guys would like to go ahead and check her out, she's absolutely amazing. She does all kinds of different things on her channel, and I absolutely love her, and I'm so grateful she joined me. So we are doing a giveaway today, a $50 Amazon gift card, and this is how you can enter. You can watch the pumpkin Craft Your Stash September 27th playlist. That link will be down in my description box. Comment your favorite project on each creator's video that's in the playlist. This ends October 4th at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. U.S. residents only, but mark your calendars for October 5th because that's when we will announce the winners. So this is my DIY project inspiration number 1. So in my stash, I have a lot of chalk couture stuff, and I'm going to be using up some of that in my Craft Your Stash playlist collaborations. So join me as I challenge myself to create the spookiest pumpkin DIYs. Not really spooky, but fun with a twist using some mixed media. So let's see how creative I can get in this video today. And I'm using this paper pad from Michaels. They have awesome hot buy pads, and we're just going to Mod Podge that down. But you know, I love experimenting here lately with different materials to create unique crafts, and pumpkins are the perfect versatile base for this kind of project. So from like spooky to like my steampunk pumpkins can be transformed in so many ways, which is what makes them so fun to work with. I am so getting tongue-tied. You know, but one of the biggest challenges that we all face when it comes to our spooky decorations is finding creative and budget-friendly options, right? I mean, that stands out from the typical store-bought choices. You know, the problem is a lot of the DIY decorations we can see online too can be really expensive or complicated to even make, which can be discouraging for some. But what if I told you that you don't need to break the bank or have advanced crafting skills to create some truly show-stopping decor? So you guys, I've seen these kind of shaped pumpkins at the Dollar Tree. You totally could use those and it would totally rock it. But I found that one of the biggest barriers to creativity is often just a lack of inspiration. So when you I can't talk. When you're surrounded by the same old materials and ideas, it's kind of hard to think outside of the box. But what if you could combine different materials and techniques to create some entirely new and unique things? So that's exactly what I'm going to try to explore in my video today. And by incorporating different textures, colors, embellishments, and I'm going to try to take my pumpkin to the next level here, and I hope I give that to you guys. So once I put down some vinyl here, I did use some stenciling with some modeling paste, and I just get that from Hobby Lobby. And I'm also going to be dabbing on a little bit of white gesso, as you can see here. So let's talk about some of these amazing mixed media I cannot talk for nothing today. Techniques, you guys, and materials you can decorate pumpkins with, like these steampunk pieces, right? Or you could use fabric, but here I used paper on mine. You can use any kind of things, like I'm going to use this key, something different. I used modeling paste. It's just, you just got to think outside the box. So what I'm doing here is just using a little bit of gesso on top of all of these like steampunk pieces, because I am going to do some stuff over top of them, so I have more than just one color. We're going to get this more of a rustic feel, like these pieces are rusting away because they are just old and tattered and just done for. But yeah, we can take these pumpkins that I'm making today and just making them outside of the box. So here is some distressed ink that I just smushed on my table, and I'm just pouncing it on with my brush. And then I'll just go ahead and get some of it off as well, and just go back and forth. This is how mixed media goes. You just go back and forth until you get that look. And then I did some of that on the steampunk, but it wasn't really turning out, so I decided to grab some of my Rub 'n Buffs, and I only have these 3 colors in my stash. But we're just going to just dab each different color on. You guys, later in the video, I do paint around this pumpkin with truffle, and I do go over top of these pieces as well with truffle, but of course my phone cut off and I did not get that in the video, but I do that on this pumpkin, you guys. So here we're just basically like thinking, how are we going to do this, right? Like, I don't know. I found one of these leaves just sitting off to the side, and I'm going to trim it up just a tad, and I think I dirty it up a bit too. I'm not sure I can't remember if I show you guys or not. Yes, I do. Okay, so you guys, you know what? My black Rub 'n Buff, I don't know. I think it's kind of dried out. It doesn't really work very well like my other 2 do. But I was trying my best to kind of get this a little leaf kind of to tie into the rest of the project here. And yeah, I'm trying to get that on the leaf there. And then I just use a bit of hot glue, you guys, to just pop that right onto the top. Now you see how it's white there? That's going to actually be colored with truffle eventually. And then at first I used hot glue, you guys, but I ended up having to pop some of these off, especially the ones that I glued over top of the modeling paste. Because the hot glue just would not stick and hold to that. The one piece did stick very well to the paper, obviously, but yeah, it was not sticking to the modeling paste. So with that being said, I have some matte gel medium in my crafting stash here. I've had this thing for a very long time, but this is a heavy glue, and it's going to hold my pieces down to my project, so I don't have to worry about those popping off like hot glue would do. So what do you think? so far. I'm going to do a few more things to it. I'm going to get some gesso and a little bit of water, and I'm going to add my splatters. I wished I would have done my splatters first before I put down my "Are You Following Jesus?" But I didn't, and that's okay. That's okay, right? And then of course I always like to do a little bit of black splatters too sometimes when I do a little bit of mixed media. And yeah, I hope you guys are leaving here with lots of inspiration for my first one. So DIY project number 2, I'm also using the other Chocator pumpkin, and I'm using this paper pad here. This one is also a hot buy from Michael's. I got this, I'm not sure when I got this. I've had this one for a while. I have a lot of paper pads in my stash because I used to make little tea-in notebooks and sell them at craft fairs. I used to do really well on those. But after a while, you know, my hands just didn't care too much for them, and sometimes people didn't want to pay for the price, so I kind of stopped making those. And yeah, so we're Mod Podging this paper down like we did on our first pumpkin. Like this, and then I sand around it. You guys, I have been experimenting with some really different materials like these gears and you know, vintage keys and stencils, some vinyl, and on this one I'm actually going to use some wood pieces from the Dollar Tree and do a little bit of a different craft here. So I wanted this sky to be like a night sky here with the tree. And life is scary without Jesus. This is actually, I have a shirt that says it. You've probably seen it at the beginning of my video. And that was my inspiration for this piece on this one. And this is about as spooky and scary as you guys are going to get from me. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. But now I'm just using some distress ink in the color black, or black soot, I think it's actually called. And I did the clouds in black, and then I'm going to do the bottom of the mushrooms. The butterfly actually went in my stash because I know I had bats in my stash, and like witches hats, I think they were, and from at least 5 years ago. I mean, they were really old. And I went and switched out the butterfly for the bat. Yeah, and then this is just some archival ink. The archival inks are permanent inks. The distressed inks, I believe, are water-based inks, so they're not. But yeah, and then once I'm done with that, what do I do next? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, I'm going to seal it. This is called clear gesso, and the reason why I'm sealing with this is because I want to be able to go over top of my project if I want to, and this is going to allow me to do that. And so if I want to use different mediums or paint over top of this, or watercolor, or do whatever I want to do over top of this, this is going to be ready for me to do that, even though it's paper. But that's what the gesso is for. And this one's a clear gesso, so it dries clear. And then I have this apple barrel paint. Ooh, and then it just like squirted out everywhere, and it was really clumpy and grody and slimy looking. But I go ahead and give this entire pumpkin, and you guys, I did not paint the back of these pumpkins because I'm going to keep these ones actually for myself, and I think next year I would like to do something else on the back of them for some more inspiration for next year. So I am definitely going to do that. Now, I'm taking that black paint as well with my little stiffy brush from the Dollar Tree, And I'm just going around the edging so it kind of just like connects the top with the side. And yeah, this is looking so cute, you guys. I hope you guys love this craft and are getting lots of inspiration. You know, these little wood things I've had in my stash forever, like, and I was like, I had no idea what I was going to do with them for like years now, you guys. And then they just things just pop into your head after a while. And you're like, wow, I thought I would never ever use these, and here we are finally using them. So once I'm done, I'm going to use some of this paper glue here and attach all these pieces down to my project. And like I said, I don't end up using the butterfly. I felt like the butterfly was kind of sort of out of place. So I think the back kind of went a little better because, you know, this is supposed to be like little spooky crafts, and this is about as spooky as you're going to get with God's creatures in them. Yeah, and then of course mushrooms. I love mushrooms. It's one of my favorite proteins for a vegetable. You guys, I have these amazing pens. I got them from Amazon a long time ago for my crafting and journaling, and they are called glaze pens, and I'm trying to show you here kind of what they look like. And it said they were made in Japan. So these are really cool. I really love them, and they leave like a raised texture. But they are a little glossy, just FYI if you're not into that. But you could probably maybe go over top of that with Mod Podge or something and seal it, or maybe even some more clear gesso so it would take down the shininess. But I like how it makes your projects, I guess, pop off things. I don't know how to explain that exactly. Here I am going to have a little struggle with my purple at first. It took me a second here to get the purple going. I think I end up giving up and coming back to it later and just like, you know, maybe letting it flow a little bit later. I think I do, if I can remember. Yeah, I do. I carried on to the orange, and I'm going to just do a little bit of orange around these mushrooms. I wish you guys could see it right here. It's kind of hard to see it. I'm so sorry. And my little owl kind of got lost too. So once I get that purple going, we'll bring that little owl to life too. You can see it really well on the bat there, how it brought the bat to life. I think the lighting, how the lighting is on the right here, is making it a little bit harder for you to see the other ones. But it looks so cool once it's finished. I know you guys are probably so ready to just see the final results. I'm so sorry. Maybe next year I won't do pumpkins so late. I had a lot of people rather not have too much more fall stuff. So I figured maybe I'd give you a little spookiness versus more fall, I guess. That way you're not too much bummed out on fall crafts. But yeah, what do you think? Now here with my gel pen, I started adding dots, and I know you can't see it, but these dots stay raised up off of the surface. And I just love how it looks. And I did it with the black here. And I did more black dots, I think, than I did any dots. And then I decided to make those little, whatever those are called on pumpkins, those little tendrils maybe, or I don't know what those are called. Yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit here with the orange. Bring in some of that orange from the mushrooms to tie it in a little bit. And then I do this, well, that's the wrong pen. That was actually my jelly roll pen, but this is the white glaze pen. The white glaze pen isn't very white and bright. It's more of a gray looking color, but it still does the job, and it's really cool looking. And then I decided to go ahead, since my jelly roll pen does leave bright white, I did a few of those too. And then I went in my stash to see if I had any kind of purple leaves, and I did find this maple leaf looking thing. It's purple. And I went and grabbed one of my permanent archival inks to just kind of make that a deeper, darker purple. And then whatever black was left on my dabber here, I just went ahead and did it over top of that leaf as well. And what do I do after that? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, I have these little berries, I guess. They're purple. I have some of those in my stash as well, and I just trimmed off a little piece of those, and then I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to use some tacky glue. And then I just adhere that down, and then I'm going to add a few more berries to this, you guys, because I felt like it wasn't very full. And then it also had a little bit of glue leaking out on the side on that piece there. But this other piece I ended up putting here, and then I noticed it was all messed up on that one, so I ended up pulling that piece off and doing another piece. But yeah, you guys, which one is going to be your favorite today? Are you following Jesus, or life is scary without Jesus? Which one is your favorite project today? You guys are going to have to let me know. And then I decided to grab my Tombow markers real quick because I felt like my owl, the purple on there, kind of got a little faded. So I just went and grabbed my purple and did a little purple over that, and then I just went ahead and did a little bit of orange on the mushrooms, and I think I did a little bit of black too, yeah, here on the eyes to kind of tone those down so they're not too bright. And that's it, you guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this spooky DIY adventure. If you have a favorite pumpkin DIY project, be sure to share it with me in the comments below. And don't forget to comment your favorite project on all the other creators in this playlist. And you can find all that in my description box. I will have the playlist linked in my comments for you guys as well. So be sure to check out everybody. That would be so amazing. And don't forget, if you want to win that gift card, you gotta comment on each creator's projects, or on each creator's video. So you can go ahead and tap my picture here, or watch another video of mine to get some more inspiration. Until next time, stay creative and keep on crafting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for some more crafting fun. So until then, till next time, bye guys.